Got it? Got it? Got it? Got it? Oh, good. Hey guys, it's Kim Dion, and this is my weekly word on wellness. Thanks for coming over. This is really my chance to give you a little bit of realistic, holistic advice so that you can get the most out of your life, one bite at a time. And today I am talking about the health benefits of frozen foods, and also I'm going to give you a couple of tips to ensure that you're getting the most nutritional bang for your buck when you do buy frozen foods. So you might wonder why I'm talking about frozen foods when it's getting so chilly out here in places like where I'm from in Canada, but this is exactly the time that we do need to be talking about frozen foods, like in colder climates when some of our favorite produce goes out of season. A lot of people might still be poo-pooing frozen foods because they assume that fresh is best. And while that is generally true, it's only generally true. Let me explain. As a general rule, if you're looking to get the most nutrients in your produce, you are going to want to look for local, fresh, seasonal produce. But when you live in a place like Canada where some of my favorites in fact, go out of season in the winter, what are you to do? Some of the staples that I constantly eat would be berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, even things like peas, spinach, green beans, all that stuff is just not growing here at this time. Now, to be clear, there are people who are strict local and seasonal advocates and only eat what is in season where they live and what grows near to where they live all year round, and that is really fantastic. I'm not one of them. Again, another general rule of thumb is that if it's not in season in your area, you will get more nutritional bang for your buck buying frozen. That is simply because if you're buying fresh produce during the winter months, that means it's come from a land, not your land, somewhere far away, and it's been transported quite a while to get to you. Once a fruit or veggie has been harvested, it begins to lose heat and water in a process called respiration, and that impacts its nutrient value. Also, just exposure to light and heat will quicken the oxidation process, which also depletes it of nutrients. So basically, all of that time sitting on trucks being transported and on grocery store shelves depletes the produce of its nutrients. In fact, sometimes up to half of the nutritional value is lost through this process. So you want to look for frozen foods during these times because freezing at the time of harvest basically locks in good nutrition. Got it? Good. Also, as a bonus, those frozen foods are usually cheaper than buying fresh, and they're pre-chopped and washed and easier to whip up a really easy meal. So, well, bam. For me, as always, I do what I can. I like to support local and seasonal as much as possible, but sometimes I knowingly don't. In fact, some of my favorites like bananas, lemons, avocados, they will never be local, and I eat them. So again, you do what you can. All right, so back to frozen. When you are shopping and you're in the freezer section, I'm going to give you a few tips to make sure that you're getting the healthiest option when you do buy frozen. Number one, look for produce that doesn't have any other ingredients other than the fruit or vegetable you are trying to buy. Number two, don't buy those bags of produce that have added sugar or spices, sauces, cheeses, anything that kind of promises you an easy meal of veggies, because again, that is just processed crap. Number three, you want to look for resealable bags or buy some of those little clips that close chip bags and keep the air out, because you want to keep the air out once you do open your bags of frozen produce to avoid moisture loss and ice crystals. Frozen produce usually lasts about 2 months after the bag is open. And number four is I don't use the microwave to thaw frozen produce. Instead, what I will do is I'll either just throw the frozen fruits or produce straight into my smoothie, or if I'm making like a soup or a stew, I'll just throw the frozen produce like peas or corn or whatever I'm cooking with right into the soup pot while it's cooking. But if you do want to use the fruits or veggies in a state that they are thawed, you can simply just put them in a bowl or sink of cold water, and that will thaw them really quickly, actually. So I'd love to hear from you. Are you a fan of frozen foods? Do you freeze your own produce? Sometimes when it's in season, you can just freeze it yourself. What are your tips and tricks? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who may be buying some fresh when they could be getting more nutrition out of frozen. And please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the little KD in the corner. Of course, if you want more realistic, holistic advice and to stay in the loop with some of my whole food recipes that I like to share via email, head on over to my website, it's kimdion.com, and sign up for my email updates. Don't forget that big change happens in these small steps, and I really do thank you for making me part of your real food adventure. Stay warm out there, guys. I'll see you next time.